Damian Lillard didn't withdraw from the FIBA World Cup at the end of July. He, hands down, would have been the best player on the team. But look, no one can knock his loyalty to the Blazers, but Dame has gone on the record many times about his unwillingness to leave Portland in search of joining a super team. He agreed to a 4-year contract extension worth $196 million and said this to Complex. Quote, "To leave, what did I invest all this time for? Just to leave, you know? If I go play with 3 other stars, I don't think that many people would doubt that I could win it. We would win it, but what is the challenge or the fun in that?" Bobby, if Dame's heart is set on winning in Portland, how much better of a team can they build around him?
Well, they're going to have to build through the draft. I mean, that's going to be the recipe. What they drafted Zach Collins a couple of years ago and Nasir Little this year. You've got Damian and CJ McCollum, who signed those big extensions. They don't kick into 2021. You've got $80 million plus locked into those 2 players. So, yeah, the best way to build a team is to do it through the draft organically, like Golden State did before they added Kevin Durant, with Thompson, Curry, Green, Harrison Barnes. And then you get to that point where you have the flexibility to maybe add that one player. But how this team goes is going to be through the draft here. You saw Rodney Hood sign for $5.6 million. It's kind of those trimming around the edges here.
Guy like Kevin Love's not an option?
Well, he could be. Then that's going to be the interesting name this year as far as where this Cleveland team goes. He's still owed 4 years, $120 million. What is it going to cost the Trailblazers to kind of get into Kevin Love if he's made available?
Yeah, they're the type of team that either they have to try to go all in with some sort of splashy, dramatic move, trade C.J. McCollum, which they've been pretty adamant that they don't want to do. Damian Lillard likes the team that he has. He's very loyal to the teammates that he has, to the organization itself. But this is something, Cass, that he's been so consistent with over time. You know, it's his kind of charge against the super team era and his loyalty to Portland. It's like Jim Harbaugh in the SEC. It's like he keeps like hammering this home. This is Damian Lillard's identity, is that he is running against this force of the super team era. And one of the things that he told me, I did an interview with him. We talked for about an hour. And, he mentioned this was pre-Anthony Davis trade, but he was like, why wouldn't Anthony Davis want to come here? And I think one of Lillard's points is that he's fine with building a super team in Portland. He's fine if stars come to join him. He's just never going to go anywhere else for it to happen, because I don't think Damian Lillard's ever going to say,
really then him against all of super teams?
Right.
Or is that just
I think that's kind of the context here, is that he's like, it's fine if they come to me. I'm just not going to go to them. So I don't think that he's necessarily anti-super team. He's just anti-super team anywhere other than Portland.
It's like, I'll go out tonight, but if you come to my neighborhood, I'm not going to.
Like, it's not like Damian Lillard's going to be like, oh, Anthony Davis wants to come play with me? No. I want this to be hard. I don't want this to be easy.
But do you think there are any super teams left in the NBA? Because of the dismantling of the Warriors, who represented really the super-duper team, do you see that the super team era is still alive and well?
I like that there's different classes now. We have the super team, and now we have the super-duper team. I think by the traditional sense, the super team era is kind of over, right? We've always kind of classified them as 3 guys. And it started with the Celtics, then the Heat, then whatever the super duper Warriors. So in that sense, this is really kind of the duo era.
Right.
And that seems to be what we've transitioned into.
You're right. I think we are in that super duo area with both LA teams here. I think the closest is probably still Golden State, with when Klay Thompson comes back from his injury, because with Curry, Thompson, Draymond Green still, and then you add D'Angelo Russell. That's 4 there, but it's still, we're not sure as far as how those 4 will actually work with Russell.
They've been downgraded from super duper to just super team.
Yeah, it's the dynamic duo era.
Right.
But I mean, you could also say, with the dynamic duo, could the argument of the Clippers and Lakers, the 2 that are leading both those teams, do they outweigh some of the trios we've seen in the past?
And in some ways, I think some of these teams may be better holistically than a lot of the super teams we've seen, because those were so top heavy. Yeah. And that you'd see a team like the Heat and what they had as their 8th, 9th, and 10th man. The Clippers, they may not be the traditional super team, but they are so much deeper than a lot of these other teams that we've seen that had the 3 stars.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.